Hello everyone, this is comrade-Sirius, and this is our first proper express train that can carry up to 700 workers, well, not workers but also tourists, and I got two things for you. One is a bet, and the second one is a call. The bet is about this train, because its line is something very peculiar. It will go to Libeń, which is, we can probably display the line around here. It will go to Libeń, then it will head to Vysočany. It mostly will transport tourists between, hotels and to hotels. And then it will go all the way to, you can see the number 4 down there. It will go to Roztoky u Prahy. And my bet is how many dollars this thing will earn us before it will run out of fuel. Because now it has started, this lovely little train, and it's full of coal. But basically the only place where it can refuel is A, near Vysočany, which is fine, and B, near Libeń, which is also fine. But all the way to Roztoky, there is no refueling station. So I'm quite confident that it will run out of fuel at some point in the future. And I have no idea where, so I'm curious where it will happen. So you can place your bets in comments. And speaking of watching and commenting and all the stuff, we have surpassed, I tried some, Google offered some promotions, so I tried it. Views didn't grow too much, but number of subscribers grew way too much. So it's probably, maybe it was not worth it for this type of content, which, makes sense. But yeah, view count for Prague recap for the specific video went up. So it means, as soon as we finish like next 30-40 hours of watch time, we will surpass the 3000 limit, and then we can have something like early access for members and so on. I already wrote it in the post, but I'm saying it now because not everyone read community posts. And what is happening here? We got a standoff between our lovely rail construction trains. I have no idea why. Just go, because you absolutely can go to the next signal. That's why you have signals here and not on the other side. And I have spotted the mistake. You know what the mistake is, right? Yeah, it's this one, because this is a path trains should not use to return. That's why it is placed like this. So it has one way out, second way in. They can wait like this. Yeah, they had just, held it together because I have unblocked them somewhere close, but hey, that's what we have. Very short duration and short view time. Elsewhere, yeah, we are working on prefab panels, and I hope we are fine. We also did make some progress around where it is. Yeah, around these guys. I started, or at least did want to start another heating plant, but I wanted to show you the first before I will do it. This is a big heating plant, a small storage. Vehicles will be able to load from here, so no big issue. The only thing is I need to hook it to the network and, start building that stuff and then slowly reconnect it. About slow reconnecting, that's very, very simple, because we have this big heat pump, which you can see, and I will do basically one thing. I will start building pipes towards this heating plant. It's definitely below 1000 meters. I will build 2 of those, and when the time will come, I will just, cut this pipe off, because that will be connected, and we'll plan and build most of the pipe towards this other heat exchanger, and then we will, rehook it, and over time we will destroy this heating plant, and we will make a proper prefab storage for newly made panels. Not only it will help us with transporting more panels, but I am quite confident that I would be able to connect it, to to the loading station as well, because if I will pick something like a big storage, I can easily connect it. Yeah, now I can't because there's pipes and so on, but it will be doable. So trains will be able to load much more prefabs because, and that's the third and last update, I told this station to deliver prefabs all around the Republic, if need be. Well, all around the Republic means from this point all the way out. So, including Gradotin, future Reshovice, and all these things. Yeah, some of them are not built, obviously, because that's what we are going to use, the materials. So, let me hook these things, and then we'll move to the main point, which will be near Chodov. Well, heating plant finished. Well, pretty simple. Those pipes made out of a single piece, because why not? We have also directly planned the heating plant bus stop. It will be simple. And I'm planning to use some, you know, smaller buses to just have an alternate line that would go through here and then towards this general area. So it means a few more people for steel mill. If that will be something that's needed, they can come through this area as well. To be fair, it would not be bad to actually have some free, something like a bus stop right here as well, just for, you know, heating plant and separation area, because why not? But hey, that's the thing. By the way, speaking of separation plant, you can see that this thing has about 50 tons inside of. Yeah, it has hit in output waste. I don't know why. I generally do not like that stuff being, because it says there 5% of, you know, construction waste, and it's, you know, waste containers for export. This doesn't feel fair. What I might actually do is to try, you know, move it through that thing again, because these guys clearly cannot process it all, but I have no way of doing so. Apart from demolition office. Yeah, but demolition office has stuff to do. That's not a problem. We can just steal one truck from it. I don't know. I don't care. And I will keep it pretty simple. You will just, you know what? You will load mixed waste from here, and you will deliver it down there. We'll need to do this. We'll need to do it this way. Yeah, wait until loaded, wait until unloaded. I cannot unload here because it would push waste towards here, and I want a clean ash. So far you can see Popel, that's clean ash. Nothing, so all will dissipate. And I cannot load from here because it would make an internal loop. So that's definitely something I do not want to happen. I may try, but yeah, they will just push it. Yeah, they will just push it in and make, you know, eternal consumption. Not great. So that's what you'll get, and they will get through it, and they will push it here. So hopefully we'll be able to empty this thing. I don't know. We'll see. Because it has a lot of waste. So yeah, we can. Well, it didn't load here. So okay. Now I'm an idiot. Don't worry. Okay, fine. 4-1. You can generally start on all of these, and yeah, everything will be fine. We cannot start on this one because there's this road, so that's why it's high priority, and let me know when it's done. Very, very simple solution. We got a few more roads here and there. One of them is this. This is a big farm, and I really do need to have this one done because it's a big farm, and I want to start on these fields, you know, next. Okay, sector done. you can see I started modernizing few more roads. Nothing personal, nothing, nothing, no problem. And this is about... Yeah, this is about me being an idiot, because I crossed the road that obviously needed to be crossed. So, yeah, just please deliver some mechanism there, because I completely effed up. Never mind. Okay, how about a few more stuff to be happening? Yeah, including these little lovely pieces. Yep, true. It can work. You can see we are building some bridges. We have a high priority. We didn't have workers. Now we will. Which will be quite. It will be quite a sight, honestly, to have this thing connected and done. And that means we will be able to start the waste processing relatively soon. It will not be without issues, but it will definitely not be some kind of a stupid joke. Oh, that's what I like. Okay. Yep. You people can definitely start working on all of this. Is it a lot of stuff? Yeah, it absolutely is. Do I look like I care? Probably. But hey, we do a lot of stuff here, so that's why we need a lot of stuff. Obviously, for one, Vysočany should definitely be assigned to these guys, because 810 tons of prefab panels, that's not a joke. And it will be probably better to have it delivered from both sides, not just one. You let me know when you're done. You're asphalting, obviously. Right now, you'll let me know when you're done as well. I didn't assign workers right now, but, yeah. Excavations will be pretty fast, so hopefully it will not fuck up something. Police did not come in Holešovice, that obviously will happen. And these are all things we have seen. Well, not all. Yeah, but this is the conundrum we have seen. And we have another rail done at Chodovec, which I like. And that means we need to take a look at things that are happening in the area where the main bulk of our story will be happening. We are at Chodov, and down under Chodov is Chodovec. There is a slight change of the plan. Well, slight change. We have two distribution offices, modern ones, longer ones. Not an issue. We will need to send in some vehicles. I will probably, give it a side road to be able to, go down from the highway. It might be just a one-way road connection, and then they will go all around this way up and somewhere into this area. In our Czech part, and now you need to take a look. In our Czech part, we planned one thing. These things can wait. We extended the mix in. This will be, all in. For example, like mixed hazardous waste as well. And this is a big power plant slash incinerator. The road is on this side, on the left side. And generally all roads are outside. What is happening here, you will see with this thing. Note it. These things are, cableways in, because this one comes right from the mines. The other one will come from cities somewhere. I don't know where. It's not important right now. Now, the waste will go in. And this is a mixed waste storage. So anywhere, from future mines and all that jazz, it will come from there. First, from the mixed, it will go to the incinerator. While the city will get a little bit of... It's not a priority, but it's a side grade. And that's this one. Because it will be via trucks, technical service, from technical offices. Not a big deal. From the incinerator / power plant will go through here. And this will be mix to sort. We can easily write it down right now. Mix to sort. This is a separation. Down here it will be a big separation plant. So this is just a storage for it. We might in the future, when we'll get, you know, if this thing will get overloaded, we might easily send some cars here with mixed waste. Wouldn't make any problem. We can also send hazardous waste here and mixed waste inside. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. This is, by the way, a distribution office. It's the one from Richard. It's for 6 vehicles instead of 5 in vanilla. It looks good because it has roads from both sides. Not a problem. This is a separation plant. You know how it looks. And then we have up here into a mixed. To the side into incinerator. I have also a direct connection. And that is the reason why in Vysočany I'm now interested in how the construction waste did put in export containers of the separation plant. Because if that is a thing, I will simply remove this thing or, you know, make it a one way and then remove it. Not a problem. If that is not the case, if it was some, you know, one-time problem, we'll see. Currently, I'm making it one way, so I don't forget. I'm, you know, the wrong way one. And we'll see. The rest is pretty simple. This is ash out. And that's just a place where all ash will come out of this. We need to make two things together in this part, and that's what we'll do. One, we finally have those vehicles moved, so we will do something around these mines, which is basically buses, nothing else. So buses here, and then it will be a highway. Well, not a highway, but some road towards this area, because we are on the edge of the hill. That's why I have contour lines, so you see it nicely, because this is not a perfect example. So we'll need to go over all of this, either here, or, you know, next to this, and have some, you know, sideway. It will be interesting. So, let's start with this one. What we need is a bus stop, maybe 2 bus stops. You know, one here, one here. Well, probably one would be enough, because these things are, yeah, 400 meters. So we can definitely have a stop here. We are down in the dip. I will level it up, and then we'll place a bus stop. Basically, pretty simple task. I just need to have the big road, the middle one, done. So far it's a gravel one. But I feel like we definitely should be able to turn it into an asphalt one. 1, 2, 3. Because it will be too valuable to not do it. So, yeah, I know that this is a gravel road. Not a problem. And yet, one of those we will definitely build through this insane corridor. But hey, that's things. That's things that happen. And to be fair, we can absolutely assign, you know, workers office to just finish all of these pylons. Okay, pylons assigned. Let's get back to waste area. The waste area is pretty simple. It has tracks here. It has concrete tracks here, because why not? But those tracks are connected only to one side. I would really love to have it connected through the other side. And I would love to, you know, get them down. That's why we do not have these pylons ready. Despite despite that would be clearly want to, and that we would love to have a road directly towards the waste processing area. So, that's what I will do. One of those points I will start, however, is that I will make a siding right at the beginning. Which means removing signal, concrete track, and, you know, a pretty simple 40 meters long switch. Yeah, that's the point. Right now, I could easily make this one, how it's called? Wooden rail. And it would be more believable. But I'm not doing so. Because that would feel stupid, and I would need to, redo all of these rails. Because, yes, these ones are concrete as well. We are in modern times. We can definitely take these with us. But what I will do is something I want to show you and, a little bit teach you. I will go through here. I don't know where else, but this will be, in the end, it will be just a one-way in. What I mean is that in the end, it will have just this signal. Why? Because it's a siding, and if I will have a waste train that will want to go in, it would be a pretty long wait. I can do two things. Well, three things technically. I can make a siding right from the main track, just go around. That would also be an option, but it would mean, in worst case scenario, for the train to be waiting, which I do not want. Second option is to make this a double track, which is obviously something I do not want as well, even though I would, just be building it as a double track from here. Again, it looks stupid, I do not want it. Third option is to have direction in as a separate track on the left side, because we have a right side traffic. And then, when those rails will join, I will simply add a switch like this, and that would work. So, let me do those rails, and the rail is done. It's, well, pretty simple, so that's where we are. The most important part, and maybe the most funny one, so I will try to, pause and run, will be, standard communications. What are we going to need is to have some way to just, take waste from this area up there, if there will be, some remaining. And this is probably the perfect area to do so. If you don't see anything, you're not alone. So let's do it like this. Make this a little wider, not a problem. And then we can just, make it smoother, but still wider. Because you know what? Because we can. And then we'll have a simple road running all around us. Yeah, this will be something like a footpath. We do not need a road there. We absolutely want a road through here. Yeah, this is okay. So this is a road towards where we will generally want it, and yeah, that's probably all of this, because these are our hopefully trustworthy pylons. So technically speaking, it would be the best to have a road right next to it, but you cannot then make adjustments to road crossing and railway crossing. So either I'm going all the way out, which is kind of also an option, and we can just have a road running. No, I didn't want to release the button, but since we are around, I can simply have something like a maintenance road, I would say it. We can have our road alongside tracks. It's not perfectly aligned, but that's not a problem. It doesn't need to be perfectly aligned. So this is simply where it will go, and yeah, it will come to this, and we'll go from the other side. And as you might have guessed, we will need something like a rail crossing on this side as well. So let's take a look how it's looking here. Yeah, feels fine. Yes, this is kind of destined to be a little plateau, something like that. So this is a place where we will have ideally leveled railroad crossing. Yeah, this is how it's looking, how it usually is with industry areas. So I don't see a problem. Come in. Yep, cool. We will absolutely be able to... Well, we should be able to put pylons here. If not, that means one simple thing. And that we need to place the pylon first. And then, you know, get the road under it. RR. Yeah, so this is the highest one. Do we have a heavy or a light? I don't know. We have heavy. Okay. So a heavy pylon. And that's the one we do care about. So this is a heavy pylon. You are here. And the road can absolutely go through this area, which means we can probably, you know, just let it slide like this. F4. Well, we can't, but we can do F4 like this. So this is our basic crossing. We can also have a rail around. I don't feel like we need it. This is just a siding, and we have a route up there, so no big issues. Making the road all the way around is pretty trivial. What we need is a way to build things. And one of them is from this general area, because, yeah, this is our construction offices. We need a way to get over this. Probably a single road is enough, but we need a way to get here, and to probably get to another part, and we need a way for them to get on the highway elsewhere than this roundabout, because this roundabout will only be used in that direction. So here are rails, and lots of rails that would mean bridges, and that would mean being impossible to go around. We got 2 bridges here. So this is the area we will go through. And then I will need to find a way to get across those rails. And probably it would be beneficial if we are going to transport waste with trucks. It would be beneficial to go on this hill and probably across the side of the station. And then, you know, somewhere lower and have, you know, some road connection in this area. So that's maybe even here. Yeah, having a big road crossing up here would make sense. Okay, part 1 done. We simply started up here. I needed to divert these footpaths, but then we go alongside, you know, pretty neat contour lines. Yes, I could just make it straight. I didn't want to. Now we go under bridges, and we keep that height. Well, almost keep that height. And then we go across the highway. Yes, this is not a highway crossing. Well, it's not a highway junction, but it's a basics of a highway junction. Now we are at the hill, which is something I will obviously need to respect. We have placed plenty, and by plenty I mean really plenty of soil up there, so we can definitely mine some from below without, you know, breaking the terrain into 2 problematic pieces. And there will probably be something like a roundabout up here anyway, because we will need to serve this area, so that's why. Now, speaking of roundabouts, we can have one. That's not a problem. If we are going to have one, I will need to pick which one and where to put it, because it's not an easy task, but it's probably, well, it will probably go somewhere around here, and it will be a bigger circle. Let's go around here, and this is the other option. Remove this one, add maybe, it will not be a random one, but we can obviously put something in this part and then, you know, let it be built. Yeah, it will probably work in a favorable way. And yes, it will be the Orion shape. That's the shape we tend to build because it has the biggest throughput. It might be needed a little bit of left shift holding. This should be fine. It's, well, way too ugly probably. So let's start with this, rotate, and yeah, this feels much better. Yeah, I know they will build it in many phases, but hey, that's how it works. Now we need to get down to the highway, and that's what we'll do. The road is going straight down there. We can copy it, like, you know, semi-copy it without too many issues. Yeah, left shift helps. This is fine. Vehicles will be absolutely able to traverse this. And I will just make a right turn. Once this thing will get constructed, I will make a side turn from here. And now I realized, you know, a little stupid option. Combining prefab roads with asphalt roads looks very, very stupid. So I will prepare this in asphalt roads instead. Once we finished, you can see the result. This is just height, so you know. This is pretty simple. This is, you know, one side, you know, on ramp and off ramp. It goes up, and there is the roundabout. Because I changed prefabs for asphalt, I can do it with these lovely small bits. The problem of these bits is that they are small, as I have already told. And what we can do is to connect basically all of these together at once. And then just have some, you know, lovely construction road, hopefully, you know, like this one. These two are accessible, so that shouldn't be a problem. But we can simply connect it like this. So it would work. Same will go for this side, so we can work at this part. The bridge is not accessible this way, but that's not a problem. We'll do the same for the other side. We have a crossover up here. We have not made it a bidirectional highway. So for construction purposes, this will be amazingly fast. And to be fair, this bit will then get joined into one long section. Because we can. That's basically the reasoning. This part is asphalt. Asphalt will go towards here somewhere, but you can see this is almost 90 meters. These guys at like 50. We'll need to get below, and we still need to, you know, cross this thing. So that means at this area we need to be at least 80. Which is fine. We can absolutely do something like that. So I will make a bridge that will go over. It will probably be going a little bit down. If you pick options, you see there's nothing here. So there are no connections. And there probably will be no more connections because we have already built this thing. So this is an ideal point for that bridge. Even, you know, some beautiful bridge like this one. And then just, you know, taking it down in some snaky road, maybe. That might be the name. This area we are leaving purposefully, you know, unfilled, because we will probably need it. And where's the area we need to go? It would be lovely to be able to reach this one, but, well, technically we can go through the other side. But the main heading are Vršovice. And that's probably not these houses, but if it will be something like a main road, it will go through here and then just, you know, all the way, maybe to Dolichkov. That will be its connection. Or we might head it to Žižkov and then just get down. because, you know, there are bridges planned here as well. And that's a lot of space we can use. So why even not? But that's way too far. Way too far for now, but we need to get at least towards this area. So this is the heading we are going to. By the way, this is a hole at 30 meters. Yeah, this is at 42. We can probably take it next to this road, because there will absolutely be, at this plateau I created, I basically leveled some hill, this part of the hill I leveled. There will be some technical services and adjacent stuff, but the road will go below. On the other side, in front of those train tracks, there will be, you know, a similar connection to this one, but with just a, you know, a triangle. Then it will get turned into asphalt and it will, you know, split to this side. That's not a problem. And we need a bus stop. That's something we'll do together. This is small incinerator for, you know, creating ash. This is more important one, and this is maybe even most important one. So the bus stop should be somewhere in the vicinity of all of this. So I think that this area is reasonable. Let's put it like this, and like here. So far we have gravel road, so that's something I will do. I will connect towards this. On this side, I'm absolutely willing to bet on something like a prefab road. So that's a thing we will have. And that's probably all, because we will connect something like with something like a bend on this thing. I almost feel like we can do it right now, because it would be useful. Yeah, this is the thing we want. And, you know, to be clear, we can simply connect it like this. So everything is buildable again. So that's one part. Now for the bridge, and on the other side, and finishing this bit. Okay, 1 minute 40 into recording. You can check the timestamp downstairs. You can see how much I did cut out. Basically, it was all planning. So the bridge, final position is this nice arch bridge and then concrete bridge afterwards. It ends with this piece of road. It's asphalt road, and it's not clearly resolved where we are going to go. It's not needed right now. It will happen eventually, because we will need to, you know, connect these two somewhere and then continue towards Vršovice. Not important at this moment. That's the important part, right? Another important part is that we probably should connect this side road as well, because apparently I did add trucks towards here, but they like, yeah, that's way too far. I didn't set them to go there, so it's fine, but hey, it will have its job. And I did one more thing. You might see that there are a few buildings. 3 of them are pretty easy. This is a fire station that was there, but it's rotated. Containers, yeah, because those will be needed. This is recycling for steel, and this is plastic recycling. So those things will be there. They will have entrances on this side, somewhere. I don't know. This is the distribution office that will be, you know, that is supposed to work with it. It may get moved a little bit somewhere. I will see. There's one more detail I wanted to cover, but it did not happen. And I hope, not sure, but I hope it will not be that big of a problem. And that's, you know, ash fields, because we have the big ash out up here, and then we'll need to get the ash out through somewhere. I will probably make this crossroad a triangle, and probably will add some crossing right through the triangle, and some ash fields will happen up here. Or, to be fair, it might happen in the back area of all of this. And now, the last but not least, we have technical services. There will be a connection, you know, as around. But last but not least are wires. That's the last point I want to make, because this thing needs to produce power to work. The power, it has single big power connection, and that's this one. But if you will take a look at maximum circuit breaker, if you know where the value is, the check won't be a problem, and that's 11 megawatts. That's the biggest throughput this will ever have, and you know, it will take a while to get there. So don't worry, one single 12 megawatt wire will work. It goes to this small switch and then a big switch. Why? Small switch is something that is needed before putting this to a priority switch. This thing will have a priority switch, so those are these two wires. This one is a normal one, this one is from the switch, and that's meant to go that way, and the other one is meant to go this way. Because now you can take a look. This from this plant, it's very simple, and you can take a look. By the way, this switch and this big switch, that's just one intermediate step. If you'll go all the way backwards around the wires, you will see that down between a priority switch, which also acts as a source, and a normal switch is also a simple one switch. So they are exactly equal in all distances. The only thing that is not equal, that's one wire longer, but that doesn't matter, is directly this connection. But it should be able to, you know, fuel itself. It shouldn't be that big of a dead loop, because these things, you know, these things should work. And this is a transformer, and it will fuel. It will have all of these, you know, covered. About this small bit, I'm not sure. I probably will not need it. But I want to test if that will make problems. After a while, I obviously can feed all of this area with simple setup, like, you know, small substations. And you can see substations have 3 ins. So I can add 1 in from the transformer and the second in from directly from this incinerator. If I will place it like this, we have basically everything covered. Like, there's not a single thing that is not covered. And that's, you know, pretty easy. And it obviously is something that I will do. But I will just need to find a way for it to be buildable. Not doing it right now. Also, power from this switch will then be translated to the mining area and coal processing. And count with me, right one is from the incinerator. They go right next to each other, and then they skip. So now the left one is from the incinerator, and they go like this all the way here. This one, that one will go into a priority switch. It will be the number 1, and it will be obviously a high priority. And that one will, and it will go here. And this is just a helper. Thanks to these being connected, I probably shouldn't need this little connection. I will just look what it will do. Demolishing it is pretty simple. One more detail. It is much better to have between the incinerator, because that one will fluctuate up, down, up, down, up, down. Manufacturing and not. This one will cycle super fast through making power current, not making. If you connect this thing directly into a priority switch, it will doom the chain because the chain cannot switch fast enough. All other sources, solar, even wind, are somewhat predictable. This thing is not. This thing fluctuates way too much, and therefore it is very wise to put at least one normal switch in between, because that one acts as a buffer. You'll see when you try it yourself. Anyway, we have this area done, so I would press build, but I kind of want to show it to our Czech audience. Nope. Let's make it happen. And you know what? A49 is Chodov. So as far as I'm aware, and this is a one road, which is lovely. I can build pretty much everything besides these two parts, which I'm, not against. These small bits, these wires, will get done in multiple parts. I don't care. I want them I want them done fast, not in one piece. All of these will get done simultaneously, but we have we have lots of machinery, so that shouldn't be a problem. You'll let me know when this thing is done. That's all. And the same thing we can obviously say about these. Yeah, they are selected, which feels fine. And that's where we are. That's where I will leave you today. I will do something like plumbing and stuff like that. We can do it behind the camera. That's not a problem. Airport is growing. Things are getting connected. Yeah, including runways and so on. The other tunnel is obviously not done because it has what? It has low priority. It will not need any workers anymore. So, and there are 3 trucks waiting. So, please guys, make it fast. Make it fast because that one will get needed. Are people coming? Dumper. Yeah, we got a lot of dumpers. We just need we just need something done. So let me know when you're done, because then I will need to connect the runway and so on. So many things that apparently needs to get done, and I will have to finally finish some this part. Well, probably will leave it to the Czech part. So anyway, have a nice day. Enjoy the sunset of 2 suns. Isn't that looking like not a Prague, but like a Tatooine? But, well, you know how it works. Have a nice day, and see you in next episodes. Bye bye.